Welcome to
Late-night television has always been a stage for entertainment, laughter, and sometimes controversy. But in September 2025, ABC shocked audiences when Jimmy Kimmel Live was abruptly pulled from the network's lineup, replaced instead by a rerun of Celebrity Family Feud. For many casual viewers, this seemed like an unusual programming change. But beneath the surface, the decision revealed a storm of cultural and political tension that has been brewing for years. At the center of the uproar was conservative commentator Charlie Kirk, whose recent death at a college event had already ignited a firestorm of debate online. His passing was tragic and polarizing. But what made the moment even more combustible was how comedians, commentators, and late-night hosts were responding. And for ABC, the network responsible for Kimmel's long-running late-night staple, the backlash became too hot to ignore. Jimmy Kimmel has long been a lightning rod in late night, known for his sharp political monologues, his satirical digs at public figures.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points.
And his willingness to mix comedy with personal emotion, Kimmel carved out a unique position. He was not afraid to go after Donald Trump, conservative politics, or controversial media figures. This approach has made him beloved to many on the left, but equally hated by many on the right. And when news of Charlie Kirk's death broke, the internet immediately waited to see what comedians like Kimmel would say. Would they make light of it? Would they criticize him even after death? Or would they avoid the subject altogether? Reports began circulating that segments prepared for Jimmy Kimmel Live may have touched on Kirk's career, his role in conservative youth politics, and the controversies he left behind. While it is not clear whether Kimmel actually intended to air harsh commentary, speculation was enough. Clips, rumors, and out-of-context leaks online began spreading the narrative that Kimmel was mocking the death of a conservative figure. That narrative inflamed Kirk's supporters, who began calling for boycotts and accusing ABC of disrespect. In today's fast-moving media environment, perception often matters more than reality, and the perception was enough to spark chaos. ABC faced a dilemma. On one hand, their late-night host has the freedom to shape his monologues, and audiences expect edgy, timely commentary. On the other hand, advertisers and executives are acutely aware of backlash, particularly when it involves cultural politics. Pulling the show, even temporarily, was a clear signal that ABC wanted to cool the flames before they spread further. By slotting in Celebrity Family Feud, a lighthearted, non-political alternative, ABC effectively dodged a media firestorm that might have gotten worse if Kimmel's commentary had aired at the wrong moment. The decision immediately raised questions about free expression in comedy and television. Critics of ABC accused the network of bowing to political pressure, silencing a comedian, and prioritizing corporate safety over artistic freedom. Supporters of the decision argued that, in times of grief and tension, networks have a responsibility to be cautious and respectful, even if that means pulling a show. The bigger question became, is late-night comedy still a space where hosts can truly say what they want? Or have networks become too reactive to online outrage? For Kimmel himself, this moment may mark a turning point. His reputation as a fearless voice in late night is now contrasted with a very public instance of being silenced, or at least sidelined, by his own network. It also shows the fragile balance comedians walk in 2025. In a world where every joke can be clipped, shared, and reframed within minutes, even the suggestion of controversial commentary can create a crisis. For fans, the disappearance of Jimmy Kimmel Live on that night will be remembered as more than just a programming change. It will be remembered as a sign of how tense the cultural climate has become. Looking ahead, the future of late-night television hangs in the balance. Hosts like Kimmel, Fallon, Colbert, and others face the same pressures. How to stay relevant in a hyper-political world without crossing lines that networks fear will damage their brands. Some will argue that comedy must remain fearless, even in the face of tragedy, while others insist that restraint is necessary in times of grief. In either case, the removal of Kimmel's show is a reminder that late night is no longer just about laughs. It is about navigating a cultural battlefield where every word can ignite a firestorm. What does this mean for audiences? It means late-night viewers will continue to see hosts walking a tighter rope than ever before. Jokes that once might have been shrugged off now carry explosive weight. The controversy surrounding Kimmel and the Charlie Kirk backlash is a case study in how television, politics, and social media collide in real time. Whether you see ABC's decision as cowardice or responsibility, one thing is certain: the rules of late-night television have changed forever.